Hey guys, let's do a split screen so you can get a better look at the differences. The low porosity example is on the left and the high porosity example is on the right. So let's start with the L.C.O method. When you add a liquid to your hair, keep two things in mind. First, don't drench your hair in water and give it a few seconds to absorb into your hair and loosen it up. This is especially important for hair that's low in porosity. Rubbing the liquid in and giving it a little shake will speed it up. Now that your hair is moisturized, the next step will help you seal in that moisture. When you add a cream layer, try not to use too much. A lot of people think that the more product they use, the more the moisture will be sealed in. That's not really the case. Using too much product will create product buildup, and your hair will get dirty faster. So it's best to use a little bit at a time and add more throughout the week if your hair needs it. FYI, hair that's high in porosity may need a little bit more cream than hair that's low in porosity. So for the oil step, adding a layer to hair that's high in porosity will do a great job at sealing in the moisture and adding shine. But for hair that's low in porosity, the oil may make your hair feel greasy, which is not cool because you don't want to be that person that leaves a trail of grease spots everywhere you sit. So it's best to use oil only on your ends because they're the oldest part of your hair. And if you have a lot of length, your ends are most likely more porous than the rest of your hair anyway. On to the L.O.C method. These are two different sections of my hair. FYI, due to my texture and how dense my hair is, I tend to work with small to medium sections at a time. But if your hair is less dense or you have a looser curl pattern, it's perfectly fine and easier to use larger sections. The liquid step is always the same. Just make sure you don't make your hair soaking wet, especially for the L.O.C method, because too much liquid will repel the oil and make it harder for it to penetrate and closely coat your hair. For the oil layer, try not to use too much at a time. It's best to rub in a small amount. See how your hair reacts and add more if you think you need it. Hair that's high in porosity will probably need a little more. Also, your hair will look and feel a lot softer if you take some time to really rub it in so it can coat more evenly. My hair is lower in porosity, so I usually stop here. I found that the L.O method works best for me. So for the cream step, for hair that's high in porosity, since a lot of the oil penetrated and helped protect the inner part of your hair, an added cream layer will do a great job at making your hair feel lubricated and flexible. But for hair that's low in porosity, adding an additional cream layer may make your hair feel a little limp or too product heavy. It all depends on how low in porosity your hair is and how much product weight your hair can take. Here are a few tips to keep in mind. Avoid putting any creams or non-organic oils on your scalp. Your scalp is self-functioning, and adding product to it can throw it off its balance and cause you a whole bunch of problems. Try not to use too much product at once. It's best to use a little now and add more throughout the week. Also, use a small amount of oil at a time and rub it in enough to create a thin, comfortable coat on your hair. This way your hair will feel soft and flexible rather than greasy and limp. Combs and brushes weren't really invented for me. I hardly ever use them these days, but if your hair type can handle it, you can comb or brush the products in instead of rubbing it in. Oh yeah, these methods are not permanent solutions. They're temporary moisture retention efforts. So try not to stack on product over product for a long period of time without washing your hair. Let's see if you've been listening to this 3-part series on the L.O.C and L.C.O method. What penetrates your hair more easily, oil or water, and why? The answer is in one of these videos. Leave your answer below. The winner will be selected at random. To qualify, you must be following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to the Green Beauty channel on YouTube. If you're selected and you have the right answer, I'll send you, free of charge, 1 large real protein treatment, 1 large herbal hot oil treatment, 1 control top application bottle, 1 pure tea tree oil, a pH stabilizing spritz, and pH testing strips. I can't wait to read your comments. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.